Hello and welcome to Backward Men. Today, a curried chicken with sweet potatoes, onions, apples, and figs. Now, instead of my usual fare where I start showing you how it looks at the beginning, we're going to do this as in real time as possible. In other words, I'm going to show you what I've got, and we'll see how it looks when it's over. So let me grab my knife and I will point to what we have here on this beautiful cutting board. Over here, we have some chopped sweet potatoes. And let me just put the knife down for a second. Let me show you. These are in fairly small chunks because sweet potato takes a little while to cook. And over here, we have some onions. And you can see the onions were just sliced up, and it doesn't have to be too particular. And over here we have some lovely carrot. These happen to be an orange carrot, sort of a blood orange color, because I bought them in a tricolor, but it really doesn't matter. Any carrot will do. And then we have apples, unpeeled, just chopped up. And then over here we have some figs. These are figs that I bought at a store, and I thought they looked interesting. So as you see, I just sliced them up. So these are the beautiful ingredients, and our rice is already cooked and waiting. Rice is wonderful when you make it. You can sort of just leave it on top of the stove. So hold on, we'll get our chicken ready, and I'll show you how to put this together. And now let's review the spices that I put in. I do have these facing forward, but I promise you Backward Men does not endorse any brand name. I'm just using this as illustration. So of course we have the curry, and we have, this is something called baharat, which unless you live near an Israeli market, you do not need to buy. Baharat is this kind of an allspice, and it's very good. But if you haven't got baharat, just use allspice. And then we have garlic, and we have a very healthy squeeze of honey, a good turn of the peppermill, and from this, I did not use all of this. I used about 1.5 teaspoons to 2 teaspoons of salt. I knew I could say that. And then let's look over here. Isn't that beautiful? Here we have everything. And what this is, we have the chicken. This is just white meat chicken that I've diced up, and I'm mixing it up with the sweet potatoes, onions, the carrot, and the apple, and the seasonings. All right, and then of course what I did, the last thing I did after the figs, you see here the beautiful figs, I added a few, it's coming out of the pan at me, added a few raisins. So, I'm going to put this down, and this gorgeous thing this has been on a low flame, and this is cooking in a vegetable oil. This is in canola. You want a bland vegetable oil like canola oil or corn, because the curry and the warm flavor of the allspice and the garlic are all the flavors that you need. You really just want to let them come out. And if you use a bland oil, that's exactly what will happen. It will work as kind of a conduit, and it will allow the flavors of the garlic and the allspice and the curry to come out. But if you use olive oil or something strong, it's going to overpower, and it's going to ruin the dish. So please, don't waste food. It's so expensive nowadays. Use a bland oil. I'm going to write all this out and post it. So now, this is going into a 400-degree oven, and we're going to cook it for about 45 minutes to an hour. So we're going to stop for now and come back, and let's see how it's done. All right, it has actually been 1 hour exactly, and look at this. This went into the 400-degree oven uncovered. About half an hour into it, I took it out long enough to give it a little stir, and then I put it back in for the remaining half hour. And look how bubbly and gorgeous. You can see I'm moving in. You can see where it's still bubbling on the sides. So we started out cooking it on top of the stove just to sort of start the vegetables. And then we added the chicken and the spices, and then we made sure that we stirred it well so it was coated beautifully. And here it is. Here is our gorgeous, gorgeous curried chicken. Now let me see if I can plate it, because remember I am doing this with one hand. So we are taking off. Now rice, as I said before, I cooked this rice well in advance. Once the rice is cooked, leave it covered, and obviously turn the flame off, but leave it covered and just put it on the back burner, and rice is magnificent. Look at that. Can you see the steam rising out? This has been sitting here for over an hour, and look at that, it's still hot. So we're going to put a little bit of this gorgeous rice right in the middle here. And now we're going to take some of this. We're going to put it right on top. When I can hear my little Rory, he wants me to take a piece of chicken and rinse it off and give it to him, and I suppose that I will. And if you're a cat lover, you probably do that too for your little animal. But there it is. Now let me get a better shot, because we've gotten a... And look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to get my fork into here, grab a piece of chicken, and you'll just have to hear me say yum, because obviously I'm having a little trouble with this. Ooh, there it goes. Delicious. I'm talking with my mouth full, but you'll forgive me. This is Backward Men. I certainly hope you will try this dish. And remember, with something like this, the proportions, I'm going to give them to you, the proportions are always approximate. You can make this spicier if you like, add a little bit more curry, or maybe a little bit less spicy. It's entirely up to you. But do try it. It's a wonderful dish, especially good on a rainy day like today, when it's kind of cold and dreary outside. It's nice and warm and comforting inside. So this is Backward Men. Let's get another shot of this gorgeous. See, this is where I've taken out from. This is Backward Men. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.